Back to school. That's what we're talking about for the next couple weeks because that time is quickly approaching. And with a new school year comes a lot of uncertainties. Uncertainties about challenges your child might be facing, uncertainties about teachers that they might be having. So I want to give you some tips and strategies to help make the most of this upcoming school year. Today we're going to be talking about an undervalued relationship, and that's the relationship between the parent and the teacher. Parent-teacher relationships are incredibly important because both of you have a common goal. Both of you want to support your child academically, socially, and emotionally, and both of you will need to work together to effectively achieve that goal. So today we're going to talk about 4 strategies that will help you and the teacher form a positive relationship, which will in turn hopefully create a more positive experience for your child at school. So tip number 1 is to start off on the right foot. Just like any relationship, first impressions are very important. It's a bit like a dance. When both people start off going different directions, it can throw the whole dance off. Alright, so we're going to start off this dance on the right foot. Got it? Sounds good? Okay. 1, 2, 3. What are you doing? I said the right foot. Sorry. Did you mean my right foot or like your right foot? What do you mean? We're facing the same way. Our right feet are on the same side. You know what?
Okay.
I didn't even want to dance with you to begin with.
Okay.
So one of the best things you can do to start off on the right foot is have a positive first impression. That could be going to a back to school night activity, having a quick conversation after school, or if timing doesn't allow for it to be in person, a phone call or email is great as well. It could be as simple as saying, "Hi, I'm Nathan, Aaliyah's dad. I'm looking forward to my child being in your classroom this year. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me either by phone or email." And that's it. It lets the teacher know that you want to be a part of your child's school life, and it opens up the door for more communication in the future. And speaking of more communication, that's where we get to tip number 2, and that's to stay in communication with your child's teacher or teachers. Think of any relationship that you have been a part of, whether that's your marriage, friendships, or even coworkers. Communication is key. Without it, all relationships break down.
So what do you like to do for fun? Or what's your favorite food? Or how's your family doing? You know what? I don't think this is working out.
You don't want to go radio silent with your child's teacher, and hopefully they won't do the same to you. But if they do, fortunately, almost every school has a requirement for teachers to respond to parent emails within 24 to 72 hours. One of the best things you can do is to reach out to your child's teacher via email every month or so just to check in and get some updates about how your child is doing. If need be, you can also request meetings with your child's teacher about concerns that you might be having. Your child's teacher should have plenty of information about how they're doing, and they might even have some resources they can share with you to help support them at home. If they don't have those things, hopefully you emailing them and requesting meetings will light a bit of a fire under their ass so that they'll hopefully have things ready for the next time you inevitably want to meet with them. Tip number 3 is maybe the most difficult one because our brains naturally like to think of the negative things first, especially when dealing with something as important as your children. But I want to encourage you to assume positive intentions. Teachers are humans too. We miss things, we make mistakes, we have our own failures, but I can promise you that most teachers have very positive intentions. We didn't get into education because of the pay or because it's easy work. Whoa. So you're telling me that I can make under $50,000 a year and all I have to do is manage a room full of socially and emotionally underdeveloped people, stay in constant communication with their parents about how they're progressing, grade papers on the weekend, and create engaging activities for every lesson all school year long? That sounds like a steal. Sign me up. Most teachers get into education because they enjoy working with children and they want to be a positive role model for the youth. So if your child comes home and tells you about something negative that happened at school, it's possible that we were unaware of it, or it's possible that we made a mistake in how we dealt with that problem. I've made many mistakes at school, and I try and learn from each of them as they happen. Does that make me a bad teacher? I hope not, because that's how all humans learn. We learn from our successes and we learn from our failures. So try to assume positive intentions when something negative like an issue or concern arises at school. And speaking of issues and concerns, that leads to tip number 4, and I want to encourage you to approach the teacher directly with your issues and concerns. No matter the issue, I want to encourage you to not badmouth your child's teacher to other parents or in front of your child. I can completely understand the want to do this. In the moment, it helps us get that anger and frustration out, but in the long run, it's only going to cause your child not to respect their teacher, which will lead to more problems in the classroom. Miss Greenhill, my mom says that you're a witch. Do you know magic? No, Jacob, I don't know any magic. Why did your mom say I was a witch? I don't know. She just said, that lady's a witch. Or at least a word that rhymes with it. Miss Greenhill, are you rich? Well, nice rhyming skills, Jacob, but I'm not rich either. But I think I get what your mom was trying to say. If there's an issue with the teacher, talk to the teacher. This is how we solve problems in all relationships. We talk directly to the person, so don't treat this relationship any differently. Your child's teacher will appreciate that the concern was brought directly to them and that you're not talking behind their backs. Let me know what you think about these tips. Do you have any tips that you would give to parents that have helped you form positive parent-teacher relationships? If so, leave them in the comments and let the community know. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or message me directly on my socials. I'll have them up on the screen right now. I'm going to read and respond to every single question that you have. We've talked a lot about building positive parent-teacher relationships, but before I close out this video, I want to leave you with one final thought. Take a minute and just zoom out. Look at the grand scheme of things. I know it's not ideal, but this year your child might just have a bad teacher. But a bad teacher doesn't have to define who your child is for this year. I'm sure we can all think of bad teachers we had growing up, and these people taught us who we didn't want to be when we became adults, and that's another way of learning. So regardless of your child's teacher, as long as you are a proactive parent, your child will still learn, grow, and become a better person. If your child does have a bad teacher, I want to encourage you to put a positive spin not only in your mind, but also in your child's mind. We all sometimes have to work with difficult people, and if done properly, it can make us wiser and more resilient. Next week, we're going to be talking about the most important thing you can do as a parent to ensure a positive school experience. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that episode when it comes out. As you enter this new relationship with your child's teacher or teachers, I want to remind you to start off on the right foot, stay in communication, assume positive intentions, and bring concerns directly to the teacher. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, it would help me out a lot to leave a like below. Make sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with new videos that come out every single week. Again, if you have questions, make sure to message me or leave a comment below. I hope you have a great day. Keep learning, keep growing. Bye.